And then there was 3.
It's the Seagate 3TB with Backup Plus for Macintosh with USB 3.0. It's the backup solution just for you.
Everybody, a Spike Studio product review. This time Seagate has shipped to us the 3TB Backup Plus monster for Mac. Does work with PC if you wanted to. We'll talk about that. Now there's some issues and discrepancies surrounding this all over the net and all over the reviews, so we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what's included, what you get with it. We're going to unbox it as we go. I have peeked inside because I kind of had to look at it when I got it. I need to know. It's 3 terabytes, man. I had to know what was in here. So you will notice one thing is quite a bit bigger than the previous boxes. We'll start with the accessories and then the actual drive itself. In the accessory box, yes, there is a separate box that you get for the accessories. What you're going to find is something kind of unique. There is a normal USB 3.0 cable that's stuffed in here. So it does do backwards compatibility, but it does do USB 3.0 for higher speeds and performance. Then there is the separate power supply. Now, in the separate power supply, I noticed it had a little funny bag inside of it, and I looked, and it comes with 3 different international adapters. Awesome for the international traveler. I do tons of traveling. A lot of my reviews are around that type of stuff. So it has a UK adapter, it has a Northern European adapter, and a US adapter already inside of it. No Australian adapter. There's a couple other countries that you will need if you need other adapters for. But like I said, UK, Northern Europe, and United States is in the accessories box. You can't beat that. You get those for free, so you know this is going to work wherever you go. Why would they include adapters? Well, because the 3TB drive is a monster. It's pretty big. It does come with the normal books and the stuff. This does have Backup Plus. Backup Plus is Seagate software that says, please authenticate with us, and we'll send you out, and we'll grab your pictures from Facebook and grab your pictures from Flickr and bring them right to the hard drive. It's great if you don't like to save your stuff other ways, like if you keep it on your phone but don't ever put it on your computer, this will do it for you automatically. You have to set it up and authenticate it. It's up to you. It's an option. Someone said, I don't want to back up or I don't want to connect to those. Then don't. It's that simple. You can install the software if you want. Now, the drive itself. This is where we get into some discrepancies. It is a lot bigger. Some would say a lot bigger than the previous drives. I've looked at the other ones. We've talked about 500 gig drives. We've talked about terabyte drives. So let's give you an example. Terabyte Seagate drive with Backup Plus. 3 terabyte drive with Backup Plus. Plugs in via USB, no external power needed. External power needed, hence the power supplies in the box. This will need to be plugged in to work to a power supply, not just your computer. It draws too much power. It's huge. Let's go with that. Simple, 1 terabyte and smaller, 500 gigs, all with Backup Plus, including the slims. No problem at all. Plug it right into your PC. Once you get to these bigger sizes, it draws power. You couldn't run this off your USB drive because it needs so much. Now let's talk about some of the discrepancies. People have been saying, and I have seen it now in person, that when you're plugged into your Mac after a while, you get that the disk is ejected prematurely without proper ejection, meaning you didn't click the button to take this disk off your computer, it just ejected itself. It happened to me. I had to let it sit for a while a few times and it finally did it. I plugged it right up, I used it with Time Machine successfully, it backed up the data. My concern would be, what if it ejects in the middle of a backup? What if I lose some data along the way? So that's been one of the concerns. If you read the forum, if you read the reviews on Amazon, you're going to see that they've had a few issues with that. Some say it's the drivers from Seagate. Some say it's the models of the Mac they have. Some say it doesn't make a difference, it just does it. I've now seen it on 2 different machines. I've seen it on a 2009 13-inch white MacBook, and I have seen it on the big Studio Mac Pro, which is the beast. So it's done it on both of them. And that has a new OS, while the other one has an older version of the OS. Doesn't make a difference to me. I've seen it both ways. Otherwise, the drives perform fine. It'll go for days without an issue. I think it's when the drive spins down and goes into some sort of hibernation state that it does the premature ejection from the actual system itself. I don't know how else to explain it. Otherwise, I haven't had a problem. It's picked back up the backup where it left off. Time Machine hasn't had an issue. I've got a bunch of data on it. Keep in mind, I do store things also on a NAS and everywhere else. So I've got a lot of places things are backed up. I don't just rely on this. This is not a travel buddy. So once again, I want to tell Seagate thank you. 3 terabyte with Backup Plus built in, meaning go out to your social stuff and grab your things. It needs the external power. It is not like the other Seagates. Keep that in mind. But I can't tell you a difference right now between the Western Digital and this. I haven't had it long enough, but I can say they both perform the same, and the USB 3 for the speeds and everything else. No difference there. Longevity will be the difference. We'll come back and you know what? We'll update the review and let you know how they compare in like 4 or 5 months worth of usage. It's probably the best way to do it. Another product review from Spike Studio. And I'm telling you, if you're watching the reviews, please subscribe to the YouTube link that's here on the side. That's one way to do it. You can also let them know on Amazon what you think of the reviews by clicking that Yes These Reviews Help Me button. Appreciate it. Otherwise, look for another review coming out shortly.